And now, Rob on the road, exploring Northern California.
We are exploring Gold Country and one of the most beautiful sights I have ever seen. Hundreds of thousands of daffodils near Volcano in Amador County. This is Daffodil Hill. We're inside Daffodil Hill with one of the owners, Amador County Sheriff Martin Ryan. Good to see you, Sheriff.
Hi, Rob. Nice to see you, and please call me Martin.
Oh, okay, I will. I'll obey you. This area is breathtaking, and I said it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen, and I mean it.
Well, that's very nice of you to say. It's something that we take a lot of family pride in, being able to produce a scene like this every year for the people that come here to visit.
When did this open to the public?
1940. It started off as a family memorial garden that got a little carried away. And as it expanded, people stopped and wanted to look at the flowers. And so in 1940, we opened it up to the public.
And how far does this place date back? I saw the 1800s.
1887 was when our family purchased this property. So it's been in our family since then.
So that would have been your great-grandparents?
Correct.
Okay, great-grandparents. And in fact, one of her homes, the great-grandmother's home, is here on this property.
Great-grandma Lizzie.
We'll see that place coming up. I look out over here and I can only imagine how many daffodils are here. I mean, we're talking in the hundreds of thousands.
We generally say that 300,000 bulbs when we're in full bloom.
300,000. You know, I know how daffodils do, and they sink lower in the ground. Sometimes they don't last forever. So how do you keep this so flourishing? Do you replant?
We do. We come back every year. We try to plant about 16,000 bulbs.
Every year?
Every year.
My goodness.
And we'll identify areas that have gone a little weak, that we don't have quite the bloom, and we'll come back and plant those. And that's done by family members and a couple close family friends.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Everywhere I look, I see people taking pictures.
It's a great spot. It's a great spot for photographs. And we'll have people, artists up here doing paintings. It's just one of those kind of places that you can get away and forget everything except looking at the flowers.
What is it about daffodils that is so special, clearly, to your family?
Well, I think it's a remembrance of the family and being up here and being part of this since we were little and seeing the flowers come up year after year and being part of that process. I think that's part of it. It helps us remember what those days were like, remembers our ancestors, our parents. It's just a very warm feeling that we get from doing this.
Every time I see someone come up to you, your family must clearly be very loved here.
You know, we've been in this community a long time. We've been very blessed to be active participants in the community, been involved with a lot of things, and really care about it. I mean, this truly is our home, and it's been our home for generations.
And so, how long is Daffodil Hill thriving like this? Because I know when it's the off season, it goes back to a working ranch.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. We have a 4-week grow season for the daffodils, and that's the life cycle of the daffodils up here. At best case scenario, assuming the weather cooperates, we get 4 full weeks of bloom. After that, we go back to walnut harvests, we go back to cattle grazing, we do a couple of other things here on the ranch as well.
So are we here at the perfect time, I would guess?
I think you're here at a really good time. We're a little delayed in opening this year, but this is going to be our 3rd weekend, assuming the weather cooperates. And I think the bloom is probably really good right now, and there's still a few yet to come up, but I think we're at a really good time right now.
And so, you know, you see people walking these trails, and they're just, I mean, they're everywhere, people just flocking through here. I imagine sometimes you still probably feel your family walking these hills.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, every place you look, that has a story that's affiliated with somebody from the family that we can recall.
Be it the cabins, the barns.
The cabins, the barns, even the pump house is a well that my grandmother discovered
Really?
Here on the property. Yes.
She sounds like a really cool person.
Absolutely. A great
She
lady.
was amazing.
Great lady, you bet.
Well, she has a good grandson, too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
All right,
Thanks.
let's go tour.
It looks like life. You know, you look at the flowers and you just see the happiness of everything coming out on you. So it is beautiful. It is beautiful.
That is very, very well put. How does it make you feel?
Oh, good. It brings back a lot of good memories.
What do you mean?
You know, the small town that I grew up in, which was Jackson, a few miles away. The Ryan family. Yeah, it's just good memories.
So it's sort of a, no pun intended, a walk down memory lane for you.
No pun intended. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, have fun. Everywhere you look here at Daffodil Hill, and I wasn't expecting this, there are so many different varieties.
You know, there's a lot of different flowers here that people won't normally see. We advertise about 300 different varieties. Now that changes with the season and what we plant, but you're going to see things like this that you probably won't see anywhere else.
I love daffodils. I've grown them my entire life, and I've never ever seen so many of these varieties.
And that's the special part about the ranch. Not only do we have the old standard heritage bulbs that you see, the big bright yellows, but we have these specialty bulbs that we put in the ground.
You know, the daffodil really is a stamp of spring.
You know, it just brightens everything up. If you go around this community and around this county, you're going to see a lot of daffodils. A lot of the small communities are planting them now, and it really does signify that spring's here.
It's a happy place.
It is, absolutely.
This road has major historical significance.
It really does, Rob. This is actually the main highway to bring supplies over to the mines that came over the Sierras for the mines in Volcano. It was a big mining community back then, and also all the big mines in Jackson and Sutter Creek.
So this was the road.
This was the road.
And it goes right through Daffodil Hill. There's this beautiful barn. Tell me about this.
This barn was the original barn that was here in 1887 when the family purchased the property. There was a blacksmith shop in the front. The animals were put up for the wagons coming across, were put up in the barn, and dances upstairs on Saturday night.
Dances upstairs.
Absolutely, you bet.
How much fun.
Yeah. We came up here as small kids. We grew up here. We grew up playing in the fields and planting daffodils and doing those kind of things and watching the different people come through, and it's just part of who we are and what we do here.
You've got a special house here you wanted to show me.
Absolutely. Great-grandma's cabin that we have here on the left.
There are peacocks on her roof.
There are. They like to get up and away from people. They roost up there. They'll roost up in the trees.
Just absolutely beautiful. So tell me the history of this cabin. I see either your grandmother or your great-grandmother's church pew out here, as well as the old milk jugs, which are so neat. What is the family significance here? You said that your great-grandmother moved up here after there was a fire not far away.
Correct. Yeah, the original boarding house that was here when we bought the property in 1887 was what burnt down. All right. Very nice to meet you.
Very cute. What a family place, huh?
Yeah, it is. That's about the size we were when we started. So,
just a couple years ago, right?
So just a few years ago, yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, here we go.
Wow. Look at those feathers.
Yeah, they'll put on the show, particularly when the ladies are around.
So this is the male?
This is the male. This is one of the larger, more adult males.
Are you showing off for the camera? Look at that. Look at those feathers. The structure is just unbelievable. I've not been this close to a peacock before, so I didn't know that it was that big.
And the colors, if you look at the intricate colors, like right on the back, just up from the neck, from the blue where it transitions, the greens and yellows and golds. Just beautiful.
As you sit here, Martin, and you look down your hill of dreams, really, how does it make you feel?
Oh, it just, you know, it's so satisfying to see that all the work that's been put in by our ancestors, to see what it's come to and the number of people that enjoy it. I mean, that's just amazing. And the number of comments that we get, the positive thoughts that people give us, they thank us profusely for doing this. And to us, it's what we know. It's just what we do.
A lot of smiles.
A lot of smiles.
Well, the splendor and definitely the signs of spring are alive here right now. And it has been so nice to tour this beautiful Daffodil Hill with you. Thank you so much, Sheriff Martin Ryan.
Appreciate you being here, Rob. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Near Volcano in Amador County, the heart of Gold Rush. Get it, gold daffodils?
Got it. Perfect. Perfect.